Hello, everybody. Stacy and Betsy here. We have a really fun topic about sugar because I think a lot of people struggle with sugar cravings. So I'm going to say this now. I'm going to say it later on too. Earlier within our group, we are giving away a free guide and menu plan, 3-day menu plan to tame your sugar cravings. So it's pretty awesome. I've put some love into it. It's a menu with a shopping list and very easy recipes. If you follow it, honestly, cravings are going to go away or really calm down. And then we have a guide there of teaching you the basics of really how to conquer the cravings with your lifestyle habits as well. So super proud of it. And so in order to get this, just in the comments, pop in there a emoji that's kind of sugarish. Maybe it's cake or cookies, maybe it's whatever, it's your favorite. If you pop in a sweet emoji, then Kelly helps us out with this stuff. She is going to send that over to you, directly to you. So, Dave, this is a good topic. Sugar cravings. I crave sugar a lot, but lately I'm at a very low. I'm doing really well. How are you with cravings?
They've been pretty low, but then it's funny because even though they've been low, I've been kind of like having a little bit more. Like today I had more than I normally would. But some days I'm just like, I just want that.
I mean,
So
I
I'm
think
gonna
both
have
of
it.
us, we are
Yeah.
under control because we live a lifestyle with routines that really set us up for success. And so we're going to get into that today. The main topic is it's a kind of a question of like, what is the number? How many grams of sugar should you have in a day? So we're going to give you that information, but we definitely want to like dive into the whys and what happens and, really have a little bit more clarity of a real answer here for you. So, I mean, we both talk to, clients all the time who struggle with sugar cravings. I'm going to say 95% of our clients struggle with sugar cravings.
Yeah, and it's usually like from 2 p.m. on.
Mhm.
Occasionally we do meet people that are like, hit the ground running with sugar cravings
Not
like
not that
first
often
thing in
though.
the
You're
morning.
right. It's
But
at least two,
that's
two to
that's
four.
that's
Mhm.
more rare, right? But no, it's not just 2 to 4. It's either in that two to
Yeah,
four time or
that on.
after dinner.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
anywhere like it's the second half of the day.
Yep.
Usually the last third of the day is where
Yep.
like happening.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
exactly. People are
No, and people
raring for
feel
the sugar.
really out of control with it. And I even just had a consult today where I talked to someone new and I got to know them and she's really awesome. Um, and just hearing how she's like, yeah, it's like bad. I know it's the cause of why my energy's so low. And then I don't have, any like, I just don't have any energy to exercise. And I know it's just cycle. And so and she talks about meals where she's eating healthy, and she is. There's lots of healthy ingredients in there, but I was like, I don't think that they're balanced. And I'm like, I don't, her time frame's all off. So it's like, it's interesting to hear how people think that they are like eating in a way that is setting them up for success, but it's not. It's kind of just wrecking them with cravings. And then
Yeah. Well, and that's like because they're eating healthy foods. They're not eating like a ton of like
yeah.
they're not eating
Yeah, she
ho-hos and
mentioned
ding dongs.
oranges and lots of greens, and I'm like,
Right. Yeah. You're eating all these things that you're like, well,
salads.
those,
Uh-huh.
yeah. Oh my God. I'm only eating things that are so healthy. And like,
I love my
a
nuts,
fish. I'm just eating
Uh-huh.
just fish and green smoothies. And like, why am I, and then I just don't have any willpower when I get to the end of the day. And it's
Mhm.
like, it's not
Mhm.
it really.
Yeah,
Not willpower.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
absolutely.
And then I just wanted to like before we forget, sometimes sugar cravings express themselves as cravings for alcohol too.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes people
For
are like,
that.
I don't crave sugar, but I really want wine at like
I
five
have a
o'clock.
full bottle of
Yeah.
wine every night.
So that's
Yeah,
a sugar craving. Turns out. So
yeah.
yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about what causes sugar cravings, because everyone needs to know this, that's for sure. So, I mean, to put it in a like textbook kind of way, it's that your blood sugar is unstable. And so it's not that you're like a diabetic and you have a really low blood sugar or really high blood sugar. There's fine lines there. So if you are not eating if you're eating in a way that is destabilizing your blood sugar, skipping meals, having long gaps of time without food, if you're skipping breakfast, it's going to really it's a huge cause for sugar craving.
Right. Because your body is going to take carbohydrates and turn it into a usable sugar, right? They're going
Energy.
to turn it into something that you can use. And that's what gives your blood sugar. So we're not saying like you shouldn't have anything that contributes to a blood sugar. That's not what we're saying. I just want to clarify that so people kind of understand like carbohydrates are going to be converted into a sugar your body can use.
Yes.
But it's like, how fast is the delivery of those
So that's
sugars?
about the balance. So if you are like skipping meals and your time frame is all off during the day, huge reason why. Another reason why someone might have cravings is because they do not balance their meals properly. So a lot of people think that, they don't want to have a lot of carbs. They're bad for me. They're going to put weight on. And there is, obviously there's going to be some truth in that if the carbs are bad carbs, if they're very processed, if they're very sugary carbs, then yes, that's going to be the case. But if you're eating the right types of carbs that your body handles well and that are not inflammatory for you, and you balance your meals. So you have carbs at a meal, you have some protein at a meal, maybe it's got some veggies and some fiber and healthy fat, and it's like a balanced meal, which a lot of people put that thought into dinner, but they never really put that thought into breakfast or a snack or lunch. And
lunch.
Yes.
Yeah. Lunch is a big one where people are like, they still have willpower from the morning, right? And they're just like, I'm going to just have a salad with some chicken.
Yeah.
Just
Exactly.
like non-starchy veggies and chicken. And that's what I'm going to have,
Mm-hmm.
which is healthy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that you need to put some carbs, like starchy carbs on it so that you have that.
Yeah. Yeah. But after all that willpower, then all of a sudden it's like the body's like, God, you haven't given me carbs in a while. And it's like, going crazy.
Where are they? Yeah. And then your hormones get released that tell you,
Yeah.
find the carbs and find the quick carbs.
Yeah.
That's what your body's telling you. Like, because you haven't had them all day, can you find the quickest energy source for me, please, right now? And I'll tell you what that is. That's raisins or chocolate chips or wine or something like that, right?
Yeah. Bread. Yeah. So when you mention hormones, that makes me think of one more thing, because blood sugar is so obvious, but what happens if you had a really stressful day and then you were a little off track with your balanced meals? Woo, like it accentuates everything. It's like it will accentuate the lows in your blood sugar more or the highs more. So yes, that will definitely be a trigger as well if you have a lot of stress in your life. So these are some of the key factors. Again, our topic today is more about like kind of what should I limit my sugars to in a day. So I do want to get to that. And just another reminder, if you're just tuning in now, feel free to pop in an emoji of one of your favorite sweets. And then we're going to gift you with our 3-day menu plan to tame sugar cravings and a full guide to go with it. It's really pretty nice. Okay, so obviously sugar is it's not good. Okay. It causes a lot of inflammation in the body. And I'm getting over a little sickness. So excuse me. For some people it's bloating, definitely like energy lows. But obviously for all of you who are joining in, it's like more cravings it causes. Okay. It's never ending. So the question is, how much should I have in a day? I could give you a number, but I want to think differently. Okay. This is so important because we just talked about how to steady your blood sugar all day long. So I want you to think about every meal, like, and how many meals a day do you eat? Do you just eat 2 meals a day? Do you eat 3 or 4 or 5 or 6? Or maybe you're 1. So if you eat, 5 meals a day, the sugar is going to be evenly divided into this. Like we said before, you might be like so good at breakfast, lunch, there. And then all of a sudden these 2 meals are like, oh my God, I want so much sugar. So if you can evenly distribute, it means that your body will be able to metabolize it evenly through the day, and your blood sugar will be more stable, and then you won't have cravings as much. So we're going to talk about not how much sugar you need in the whole day, but more about how much you should have at each meal and snack. If you're having, we're going to say 5 meals a day. Okay. That's what in general we tend to go by. Some people are a little less, some people even more, but in general, it's a good solid number of 3 meals and 2 snacks. Okay. So we're going to say ideally, okay, I'm going to put 2 numbers out there for you. Add a meal or snack, we're gonna say 5 to 10 grams of sugar max. Okay. And so to put that into perspective, okay, so first of all, I do 5 grams of sugar in general if someone is a diabetic, or if someone has major insulin resistance, or is just really sensitive with their blood sugar, and they need to know this about their body, and you will learn this if you don't. And then if they're just like, I handle food just fine, no problem, I'd say 10 grams is a good limit at a meal. So Stace, like 5 grams, not much, right?
No.
Let's throw some
No,
foods out
like
there. Like what's
it's funny because like if you were well, okay, let's say you just like put some ketchup on some
yeah.
ketchup, like what's ketchup? Like it's a couple grams, like depending on how much you put. Like if you're a big ketchup,
Oh,
ketchup
my
has
kids.
I know, right?
Yeah.
So my kids, it's like a lake of ketchup. Like let's just drown everything in this ketchup. So that would be like a hidden sugar, right? Because you could
Yep.
have a meal where you're like, there's not a lot of sugar in this, but then
Yeah.
put that in, or maybe
It
you
could be
put
hidden
in,
in so many things. Yeah.
yeah, or sometimes even like certain sweeter salad dressings and stuff like
Okay.
that are gonna
Let's
have.
talk about like you went to a smoothie bar and you bought a smoothie.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And let's just say I picked a mango tropical smoothie. Mm-hmm. Because this is like the one my daughter always wants. And I'm like, oh my God, do you really have to do this one? I'm like, you have
That's
to get
good. It's
small. Okay,
like
get
the
small.
equivalent of having like 3 full Cokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's like so like I think a can of Coke's like maybe 26 to 32 grams of sugar or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think if you get like one of those
The
big
big ones.
mango
Like
smoothies,
100 grams.
I
Mm-hmm.
think it's 100. I was gonna say
Yeah.
between 75 and 85 or
They're all
something.
different, but I remember looking at one of those stores and the big ones, and the upper level had 100 grams. Yeah. So, if you're
That's
saying,
like sitting down and drinking 4 cans of Coke.
yeah,
Like just ding, ding,
yeah,
ding, knock them back.
it's crazy. So if we're saying
I'm gonna
5 to
look
10 grams at a
something up.
meal times 5, that's 25 to 50 grams of sugar in a day. And if you had one of the, like a big thing of that, you're getting 2 days worth in 2 to 3 days worth in one smoothie. So it's just so important for people to understand where their sugar is coming from. And
Yeah.
yeah,
So I just looked something up.
yeah, go
So,
for it.
okay, like if you go to Starbucks and
Okay,
say you
Starbucks, good
get
idea.
a like vanilla latte, let's say,
Mm-hmm.
how many grams do you think per pump?
Oh, per
So,
pump of the vanilla.
yeah, so like a grande comes with 4 pumps. So, how many grams of sugar per pump?
I'm gonna say 12 grams
No, it's just 5 grams, but it's still per pump.
per pump. Yeah.
And they in a grande they put 4. So that means, and then if you're having sugar,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, if you're having milk, so
Milk,
like
milk, yeah.
usually you're having, so your milk is going to have sugar grams, and
Yeah,
then
1 cup is about 12 grams of sugar. Mm-hmm.
one cup of, okay, so like if you're having a latte with like regular milk, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I go get, if I have almond milk in my, you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Almond milk, and who knows? Like if you get an unsweetened almond milk versus the regular almond milk can
yeah.
be 12 grams of sugar as well. So
Yeah, I use at home, I use something called Muala, and it's actually sweetened, but it's just sweetened with honey. And all it is just straight up water, almonds, and a little bit of honey. And it's like, it foams so well. And like the
Mm.
grams of sugar, are, like so low
Oh
for,
my
I'm
goodness.
always like, wow, this is amazing. And it's like got the best texture ever. I
Mhm.
love it. But then like sometimes I'm out and about and I'm like, oh, I want some coffee. And I go to
Mhm.
um, you know, I go
No
to get a
control.
latte or whatever, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
well, so I always
So
customize mine with like just one pump or whatever instead of getting regular.
So if I were to just, break it down, bottom line today is, yeah, you have a clear vision of a number, 5 to 10 grams would be a maximum amount at a meal or a snack. Just be aware, fruit tends to be a lot more sugar. You can't have too much of that, or I'm not gonna say you can't, because, we all like will eat some fruit and enjoy. But just be aware of how much you're having and do it per meal. Okay. I want everyone, I think that's the bigger learning piece of today is stop thinking about, how apps are just like, well, this is what your calories are for the day. This is what your carbs are for the day.
Yeah,
This is
and
what your sugar is for the
this is how much
day.
sugar you have left for the
Yeah.
day. Because like
No,
they
that
have
will get you in
that, they
trouble.
have that in the apps too. Like you've gone this far to your goal. Like
Mhm.
how much more? Oh, you could still have like a
You can
ton.
still go
Like
crazy at the end of the
yeah,
day.
exactly.
No. Like if you want to gain control of your cravings and your health and like it's all about meal by meal. So it's just a whole different mentality. But that is the way that you tame your blood sugar as well. You stabilize that, you stabilize the stress hormones in your body, and you'll start to see some really beautiful forward momentum. So we help our clients with this kind of stuff all the time, and just add in that sweet emoji if you want to get our menu plan if you don't have it already and you're excited about it. It's cool. I definitely will give you lots of good ideas. So anything else, Stace? Thank you for joining us, everybody. Have a
Yeah.
fabulous week
Have a great
and
day,
weekend.
guys.
Take
Bye.
care.